Hi, my first and second graders. Welcome to week 5 of virtual learning. And this week, I would like to actually do a self-portrait lesson. Don't freak out. This one actually hints at an artist named Nate Williams. And I put a little PDF file on the seesaw lesson about Nate's artwork. And you're going to notice he actually creates some interesting, colorful, but abstract art. Things that don't necessarily 100% look real. The other really cool thing about Nate Williams is that he is a contemporary artist. Still alive, still working, still creating today. Get this, he designed the coffee cups for one of my favorite coffee places, not that you drink coffee, but for Collectivo, or it's worldwide known as Altera. And he's designed things for Microsoft and really big companies. In fact, if you check out his website, it is pretty user-friendly that you can kind of see a couple of things that he had done. He's even made pillows. Now, let's go back to the point of this lesson. Self-portraits, okay? A self-portrait is a picture of yourself. So for this lesson, you are going to create something that means something to you, okay? Here's the other piece that I need you to help with. You need to come up with describing words. Now, you might need to ask an adult or possibly try to type in some words to help you that you don't spell them all incorrectly for your project. Here's what I was thinking. Here's some of mine. Well, easy peasy, I love art. Okay, that's easy to spell. If you like art or it means something to you, that might be a really easy one to use. What about being kind? That's easy. I don't actually like math, but I put it on here because it made me think about subjects. What if you like math or writing or to read or Harry Potter or anything like that? That could be a word. What about things like music? I listen to music every day. I love it. In fact, I listen to music so much now during the quarantine time that it is really an important part of my life. What about being helpful? Do you help at home? I don't think anyone can put this. I know no one can, but I put mom, okay? That was an easy one for me, and I have 2 boys. In fact, last week was really hard, you guys. It was hard for me to post videos because they were so crazy. They still are really crazy. The best story I have is last week, they were in my son Renzo's room, and they were playing around with his bed and took the whole mattress off the bed with the bottom part. It was nuts. I was on the phone talking to my grandma. And then I looked at Jay, my other son. I said, aren't you going to help put this back? You have lotion all over your hands. And Renzo, my other son, goes, Mom, that's not lotion. That's ranch. He was playing with ranch dressing. It was bad. It was so bad. So, in other words, it is hard for me to be a mom right now, but I am trying. But I'm also a teacher. So that was a big one for me. Maybe you love sports or basketball or baseball. I also put creative because I really love art. And I put running. So I actually coach girls on the run, and I do like to run. I can't be on, or I'll be honest, I haven't run a lot lately, but I do really like that too. Okay, so think about some describing words. If you see on the pictures on the PDF, there is a picture of a portrait. And this is what we're going to do. So this is not a realistic portrait. I do not have letters and writing all over my face. I do not have a lime green nose. I do not have the word mom written on my forehead. So this is abstract art. But I also like the idea of putting out things that describe us in very obvious terms, like right on our portrait. So let's get started. You will need a piece of white paper. In my art room at Carrollton, I have really large paper, so it doesn't need to be this large. If you have a little scrap of paper, that works fine too. A pencil. If you erase or mess up, you can erase, right? And then some things to color with. I actually liked using colored pencils. You might not have these, and that's okay. I just spilled half of them, no big deal. Maybe you have things like crayons that you could use. That would work perfectly fine. Okay, now that you have supplies, you are ready. The first thing we need to do is think about your face. What shape is your face? What shape is your head? Generally speaking, it's not a full-on circle, right? It's a little bit more ovalish. So I'm gonna draw an oval. I start kind of at the top and I make a pretty big circle because what I wanna do, can you see this, is fill up most of the paper. Then, on my oval, I wanna draw a triangle. Now, in art class, we never draw triangles for our nose, but this is abstract. Think about the most basic shape that you could find on your nose. It's like a triangle. The other thing is, my person is drawn from the side. So that's a profile when you're looking at the side. A profile would kind of have your nose looking something like this. Now, the base. Where is my shirt? Do you notice I drew a diagonal line here and a diagonal line here? On here, looks like a triangle. That's my shirt, okay? So, moving on. We just talked about drawing a triangle, straight down, with diagonal lines, okay? And I'm gonna zoom this down. I don't think you're gonna see this. My worst fear is that it fell off, and it totally did that. So, I am so sorry. All right, back in business. Let's draw my nose as a triangle. And the hair, guys, the hair is really weird on these. But can you see that it sort of swoops a horizontal line here and a vertical line here going down? So I'm going to draw that with my pencil. Now, I actually used a Sharpie, which was kind of a bad idea because look at this. I can erase this, right? I really couldn't erase this on my teacher word, okay? You can see a faint line going down. Oops. So learn from me. Use the pencil, okay? All right, now that my head is shaped, my hair is in place, I've got a neck, okay, and a nose. We're going to do some lines. I like Nate Williams's portraits because they are not perfect in the way that he drew his lines on his face. He kind of has them going in these cool, funky angles, which makes it really interesting. And I'm going to show you a trick. Now, the words. Let's talk. For Mrs. Magana, your art teacher, I would love it if you could fill up your entire person with words. Is that realistic? Probably not, unless you have someone to help you at home think about some of the words that describe you. If you don't, let's maybe fill in maybe 3, okay? So that could be art, that could be math, read. Maybe you don't know how to spell reading, so read would be one. Maybe your favorite color is red, R-E-D. That's easy to spell, like A-R-T, okay? Maybe you're not a mom, but maybe you love your mom. Mother's Day's coming. What if you put mom because that person means something to you? Maybe dad, D-A-D, would mean something to you. And that fills up 2 spots already, okay? So think about ways that you could make this easier, but still meaningful. Here we go. I am going to start with the word, I'm going to do the music word because I feel like some of you might also agree with that. And I also, before I want to start drawing so many words, put an eyeball. Now in art class, we talk a lot about that your eye is shaped like a football. So it's not a circle. That's your pupil, right? That thing right in the middle of your eye. The pupil and the iris are in the middle. That's a circle. The outside edge of your eye is a football. Okay, look at mine. and it's above my nose. Okay, so this is very simple. It's not really realistic, but this, okay, is enough to make it read as a face. To me, I'm like, oh yeah, looks kind of mummy-ish, right? But let's get going. So my word was music. M-U-S-I-C. Now we're going to talk because look what I did. I wrote my word music where it stopped at the end and it went all the way up to the top of the line and curved back down. Okay? So M-U-S-I-C, and it stretches all the way around that diagonal line. Now, I'm going to start to fill in my other words. If you know how to create bubble letters, things that are outlined around the word, that would look so cool if you could do that. Am I expecting you to do that? Absolutely not. Okay? And A-R-T. I have another idea. What if you put your name in your face? Remember how we're always talking about, did you put your name on that? What if your name was super obvious and it was on your actual selfie, your self-portrait? That would be another word to fill in. All right, here we go. Now, pretending, okay, I've got my shape in already for my head, the oval. I've got my triangle nose, my triangle body. I've got my hair. Boys, you could just have put that top line. That would still read as hair. What if you added something like this? I have a lot of boys that love sports. What if you put a basketball or a baseball cap on yourself? That would be cool. And then I could even draw in some details. Same with my shirt. You don't have to put words on your shirt, but you could have any sort of design. This was the one like Nate's picture. I do love the polka dots. And then mine, I wanted to be different. So on mine, I did these crazy zigzags. You know, I love zigzag lines. Okay, let's talk color. So for Mrs. Magana, you are creating a selfie made by artist Nate Williams. It is abstract. It does not look real. And you have also added in words, okay? And you've made them with lines. Now, I'd like for you to color. So on my word, I had the word here, art. So I'm going to take my colored pencils. I think some of you know this trick. But if I outline a word and I push with my pencil or crayon or marker, this would look really cool with a bold, heavy, dark line. Okay? And then I can lightly color it in with a different color. And I'm pushing super light. Now, it did take me a while. I wanted to finish one for you just so you could kind of see what I would love for you to have. Okay? It took a while to get this like this because I sat there and colored. In fact, I had these really cool, I don't know if I have them up here. I left them downstairs, but neon colored pencils. And I know that's really special and you might not have that, but I kind of like that color scheme or way of creating. And I thought, you know, I love the detail on this. I'm actually going to leave this background blank because I wanted that to really make it pop. Okay, so for this week's art lesson, I am looking for a portrait. I'm looking for the most important things is to get that shape down and to get those words on there. Because when I look at when you post the picture to me, I want to read your words. I want to know what you think describes yourself. What is best about you, what you love about you, words that people might think about you, being kind, maybe something that's important to you right now. Those are things that I'm interested in. Okay, not so much the coloring, which I do love, but I know that sometimes it's hard to get things done like that. Okay, so you have 1 week to get your Nate Williams, there he is, art assignment done. All right, bye guys. I cannot wait to see what you make.